brief shot. Good afternoon. Appreciate you guys coming today.
Yeah, I'll provide an update. Right now we have an ongoing police investigation. What happened in the tunnel was egregious. Sickening to watch the videos, the ones that are on social media right now, and also the ABC tunnel cam. It's in a higher elevation that shows much more of what took place. As I said, those are sickening to watch. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be a full, thorough, timely investigation. I can't imagine that these will not, that they won't. I can't imagine that this will not result in criminal charges. The videos are bad, and it's clear what transpired. It seems very, very open and shut. You know, as they say, watch the tape. I'm coming from this from a perspective of being a parent, and these young men are entrusted to me by their families and to our program, and we have the responsibility to each player to treat them like our own, and I take that responsibility very seriously. An apology will not get the job done in this instance. There should be serious consequences for the many individuals that are culpable. And on behalf of the 2022 Michigan football team, our players, our coaches, our staff, our university, this has been a very traumatic experience for everybody, especially for Jaden and Jamon, and we will support them. We'll support them and their families in every possible way. That's it.
Just so you guys know, there's things that we're unable to comment on, so with some of these comments may be limited, but we'll get started with questions. I know we started on the right here with Larry.
Jim, can you give us any sort of health update on those two players?
Yeah, they've been checked out. They have injuries.
Isaiah?
Jim, it seems like every year or every other year there's something that happens in this rivalry. Do you think that just generally when it comes to this Michigan State rivalry that things have gone too far?
No, I don't buy any excuse that's going to be laid off on the rivalry or the tunnel or any other thing that somebody could possibly blame. These are the actions of these individuals, and they need to be accountable for them.
On the left, Aaron.
Jim, in talking to the players, do you know what prompted all this?
It were two of our guys walking up a tunnel, and then they exactly what the video shows from there.
The words exchanged, you can talk to the guys, I mean,
You guys have to understand there are certain things we have to let the legal process play out, so we don't put a comment on a lot of things. So, Corey?
Since the incident, have you spoken to Coach Meltzer? And if not, do you have any plans to? Just talk about the incident.
No, he has not reached out.
Coach, do you think that the coach sets the tone for a team's behavior?
I'm not going to make a comment about that, and I'm not going to put it off on any other excuse or place, as I just mentioned, where people will try to go like it's something other than the action of these individuals.
All right, Wojo?
Jim, I know it's still ongoing, but are there any other of your players that were hurt or involved, or are we just talking about the two that we've seen?
Those are the two. Yep.
Larry?
Jim, I asked this why were those two players not with the rest of their team separated from Michigan State?
Again, they were walking up the tunnel, exactly how they have each of the last games. Those two players did the same thing. The Penn State game did the same thing. The previous games. They go up the tunnel with the other players.
As you guys know, we're going to have to start moving on to some questions for the next, to move on here, but.
Well, Coach, just one last question about the tunnel, in terms of, might there be any changes, and might the Big Ten get involved in any of this as it pertains to trouble in the tunnel?
Again, we've been doing the tunnel's been in existence for nearly 100 years. When it comes to the halftime, there's a specific procedure. The visiting team is closest to the tunnel. They exit and go up the tunnel first. Michigan team comes to about half field, just past half field, forms almost a crescent moon. Wait till all the visitors and their staff have gone into the tunnel. Once they're into the tunnel, completely into the tunnel, then the Michigan team starts moving into the tunnel. The other team goes up to the tunnel. They turn left, go into their locker room. The Michigan team follows, and then goes into our tunnel. After the game, we've never had any kind of incident, and that's those are the people that are accountable. That, I mean, the video shows, 4, 5, 6 on one, and 4, 5, 6 on another, dragging them into. Jaden was pulled into well, you saw it. Where the media is in that hallway. So.
Angelique?
Jim, I was wondering the chronology. Was Jaden, there were some reports that Jaden was trying to break up the incident with Jamon. Is that how that transpired?
Yeah, they've given all their statements to the police, and they were walking up the tunnel together. You can see that in the video. Jamon was punched, and then Jaden was trying to help, and I'll let the investigation proceed from there.
All right, we need to move on. We're not going to talk any more about this topic, so we're going to move on to football here. So if you want to talk about football in the next game or last game on the field, we can talk about it. Austin?
Jim, do you know if Jamon will be available to play this week?
I don't know that yet.
Rainer?
Jim, what was the rationale behind starting Donovan, a couple days after the retweet of the anti-Semitic content? And also, what is your opinion on that kind of content, considering the level of, support you've gotten from Jewish families, Ira Harris, Al Glick, the Ross family, Wilpons, over the years?
Mm-hmm. As you know, that was a mistake, an inadvertent tweet, something that he apologized for making that retweet. Talked to Donovan. I know the kind of person Donovan is. Donovan clearly explained who he is and what his position is, and that was sufficient.
In the back, and there's John.
Coach JJ seemed to do a particularly good job in this last game of getting down, getting out of bounds before he took a shot. Has he gotten better at that through the course of the year, and are you hands-on with that aspect of it?
I just think JJ continues to improve game by game. His growth is, we're very pleased with it, and whether he's throwing from the pocket, whether he's out of the pocket, whether he's running the ball himself, continues to make great decisions and play the position very well.
Andrew?
In regards to your red zone offense, I guess, can you speak to maybe some of the root causes in the last couple of games, and I guess generally in football, what makes a team succeed or fail inside the 20 that's maybe different from the rest of the field?
Yeah, we got inside the 10, especially the 10, I believe 4 times, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. The 2 that we had to settle for field goals, we didn't gain positive yardage on the first down play. You know, 1 at the 6, and then we're at the 9. So, you know, something that we will continue to work on. We definitely want to get those touchdowns. But also have a great kicker, you know, Jake Moody, a fantastic game. That was 5 field goals, a 54-yarder. He's been tremendous, and when it comes to putting points on the board, not another kicker we'd rather have.
All right, well, Joe?
Jim, with what happened, do you have any concerns about having your team ready to go, them focused for this week?
It's been a challenge. It's been traumatic, and but we're in it right now. I mean, so we'll face the challenge head on and support our players in every way possible.
Isaiah?
Last couple times you played Rutgers, it's been a tough game for your group. What do you look at when you go into this game, or what do you see from Rutgers?
Yeah, it's always been a challenging team to play. They're a very physical team. Defense, offense, special teams, very well coached. Same thing you say about a Greg Schiano team every time you go to play them.
Got time for a couple more, Tony.
I just want to go back quickly to the Donovan Edwards comment. You said it was he mistakenly retweeted it. Is it that
Inadvertent mistake?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did not. Was not something that was mistaken.
But mistake is like he accidentally hit the button, or he didn't fully understand the message of what he was retweeting. And then I know you said you spoke with Donovan. Did you all address it as a team? Because I know it said you guys will be taking a trip this summer. I think Board of Regents said to make fully aware of sort of the significance of these sorts.
Yeah, it was addressed. Donovan addressed it with the team as well. You refer to a chance for education. That's something that that we're all about here. And to ask me what exactly happened and what to define mistake, I can't do that. I wasn't there, but yeah, I did talk about Donovan. I know what's in his heart. He explained it thoroughly, and publicly, explained that. And then administration, Ward, myself, we've all spoke to him, and we're around him every day. We believe him. We understand what he's about. He made a sincere apology, not only publicly, but to our football team as well. He's looking at it as a learning experience and a chance for growth as well.
Is that you, Aaron? Did I see a hand? No. All right. Appreciate it. We'll get
Thank you.
players